Hey guys, this is Heather from healthyeatingstartshere.com. So today I wanted to talk about how to stop overeating because it's a huge problem and there are some really simple things that you can do to get yourself to stop overeating. But there are also a few things that can get in the way with your plan. Even if you have the best intentions and you're really motivated, there are a few things that I want to talk about quickly first. So number one is food addictions. There are certain foods like potato chips, like cookies, that we can get addicted to. And it's not just the flavor. There are also chemicals, there's salt, there's refined sugars, refined oils. These things are all addictive. And if you eat those foods, it's going to create a tendency in your brain to want to eat more of them. So really the best strategy for overcoming food addictions is to replace those unhealthy addictions with healthier foods. So if you're addicted to something salty, then try having a rice cake with some almond butter and sprinkle a little bit of salt on top. Then you get something salty, but it's still whole foods, and it's not going to be as addictive as a bag of potato chips. If you crave something like cookies, then go for something sweet. My favorite is fruit, just plain fruit, apple, orange. Sprinkle some cinnamon on some orange slices, super delicious. Or banana, you can blend up a banana with some cocoa powder and make a pudding if you're addicted to chocolate. So there are things that you can replace those addictions with, and that should help you over time not be as addicted to those foods. Then there's emotional eating, and that is a huge topic that I'm not going to get too much into right now, but I just want to say that when you're eating out of emotion, when you're eating to feel better about yourself, to relieve stress, to do something good for yourself, think about why exactly you're doing that and what you're looking for really. Because often it's not really about the food. And even if, like say you're stressed and so you eat a bag of cookies, afterwards it often doesn't relieve your stress. So try to find something instead of a bag of cookies that will, like go for a massage, go to the spa, talk to your friends on the phone or go out for tea or something like that. Find a release for your emotion rather than the food that you're looking for. And then a lot of us overeat because we've lost touch with how much exactly we should be eating and what a healthy portion size looks like. So you can find more info about portion sizes on my site, and that's also a really big part of what I put together in my 7-day meal plan, was teaching you how to look at portion sizes and figure out how much you should be eating on a regular basis. So once you get all of those things taken care of, then you can look at specific strategies to help stop overeating. And I've put a list of 10 things on my site that have helped me personally, because even when you're eating healthy foods, you can overeat. So sometimes I make a recipe and I make Phil and I a meal that I really, really love. It tastes awesome and it's got all these healthy foods in it. So I look at it and I think, oh, I could eat all of this. And I eat more than I need, which isn't a huge problem because I'm still getting nutrients and it's healthy foods, but it doesn't feel very comfortable when your belly is like bloated and you just have to lie back on the couch and just lie there because you can't even move, you're so stuffed. So that's not a good thing. So some things that I have done to help prevent overeating. Number one is when you're making a meal, try to make just a few flavors in that meal. Making a one-pot meal where you put everything into one pot is a really great way to do this because your tongue and your brain want to experience as many different flavors as are in the meal. So if you have a meal where you have like 5 different dishes, you're going to want to eat just a little bit of each one of them, and your brain needs to have enough of each of them in order to feel satisfied. Whereas if your meal only has 1 or 2 flavors, you only need that same amount of each flavor before your brain will feel satisfied. So that can be one trick to help you stop overeating. Another one that has really helped me is to slow down and make sure I'm chewing properly. And slowing down, making sure you're savoring all of the flavors of your meal. Really enjoy it because you've put time and effort into making this meal, so you might as well enjoy it. The first few bites are always the best, so really take time over those. If you find yourself in the middle of the meal, as I often do, and you realize that, oh, I haven't even thought about what I'm eating, then take a minute, just stop, take a couple breaths, and then really enjoy the food that you're eating. And one really interesting thing that I learned on chewing is to make sure that you've swallowed everything in your mouth before you take another bite. Now, it might sound really simple and you might think, oh yeah, I do that. But next time you eat something, think about it, because I thought I did that, but I don't. So I've been working on that for the last little while. Another thing I've been working on is when I was little, I used to always save the best part of my plate for the last bite, because that's the last thing you're going to taste, and I kind of wanted to wash down some of the things that I didn't like so much with the things that I do like, and that has stuck with me. But if you try to reverse that and eat the best part of the meal first, then you're not motivated to finish it as much. So when I'm eating something now, if my last bite is the best tasting bite, I'm definitely going to make sure that I finish my plate. But if I eat those best parts first, then it might not be quite such a motivation to eat everything if I'm feeling full. It's not about restricting yourself from eating, it's about making sure that you are actually listening to your body, that you're eating when you're actually hungry, and that you're able to stop when you are properly full and fully satisfied. So I hope those tips have helped. You can again find lots more over on my site at healthyeatingstartshere.com. I'll post a link with this video to the article that'll have a full list of all of my thoughts on how to stop overeating. If you guys have any thoughts, feel free to share them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.